Welcome back. It is 4:44 here on your Friday morning. You might be waking up thinking it's a little bit later in the morning because the moon is so bright. And yes, we do have a full moon out there right now. It is officially full at 4:58 a.m. So it is about as bright as it's going to be all day. This will set at about 7 a.m. So you'll have the rest of the morning to see it. There's a live view of it. By the way, the next full moon is October 28th. That is the Saturday right before Halloween. All right, here we go. Today we're starting off on a nice note, 60s and 70s out the door. We'll get up to around 88 degrees today with sunshine and clouds. We will still be fighting off some clouds, but the clouds are nice because they keep it from being too hot. And if you're out this evening, the weather looking great for Friday night football or just a good Friday night out on the town. We'll be in the 80s with relatively low humidity. The humidity is not going to be unbearable. Radar, it is on, but notice we're not really picking up much happening inland. There's a few showers right off the coast, and that's the way most of today is going to be. Showers in the Gulf, most of us dry inland. Here's the weekend forecast, 90 tomorrow and 90 on Sunday, so it is going to be warm, but your mornings, 60s north of the lake, 70s south of the lake. So some nicer weather at times. It'll just be a little bit warm during the afternoon, especially in the sun, but if you can get in the shade, it shouldn't be too bad. If you are heading up to Oxford for LSU and Ole Miss tomorrow evening or tomorrow afternoon, 5 o'clock kickoff or so, temperatures are going to be warm, but it really does look like some decent weather up there. The humidity obviously going to be a lot lower, so great football weather out of town, great football weather in town. Tulane here in the city on Saturday. Great weather for that. And Sunday for the Saints game, the weather's looking really nice as well. And I took out our rain chances. I think we're going to be dry this weekend, and I think we're going to be dry early next week. But notice, next Wednesday and Thursday, rain chances start to creep up. That is ahead of our cold front. So our cold front would likely move in about this time next week. Maybe around Friday is what a lot of models are depicting at this point. Now, while we're going to stay warm for a while, we are going to watch the humidity drop off into the weekend and next week. So it's actually going to feel okay. While it's still going to be warm, I don't think it's going to be bad. That spike is right ahead of the cold front, and then humidity will likely drop by next weekend, and then temperatures respond as well. So we're going to stay in the upper 80s to near 90 all the way through Thursday. The front would probably move through by Friday, and I think next weekend is when we will notice the slightly cooler air. Now, this is not going to be a frigid air mass. These are likely what our high temperatures are going to be behind this front next weekend and into early next week, the week beyond next week. 40s up to the north, 50s up in the Midwest, 60s, 70s closer to the south, and then we'll be in the upper 70s and low 80s. So it's still going to be warm, but your mornings will be cooler in the 50s and 60s, the afternoon 70s and 80s. Low humidity means it'll feel quite nice. So there's some good news for us next weekend, looking a lot more and feeling at least more like fall. The tropics for us are quiet. We do have Philippe and Rena out here. They're about the same intensity at this point. They're close enough that they're going to be interacting. We'll see what that does. That's always interesting. And you can see both paths staying out to sea. The big question is which one wins out. One of these will likely be stronger than the other at some point and could eventually really kind of eat the other one and help it dissipate. So some interesting stuff happening out there, not impacting any land. Our 7-day forecast, that's not too bad as we wrap up the month of September. Sunday, October 1st and Saint Sunday, 90-degree afternoon with sunshine. Next week staying warm to start it, but we're waiting for that cold front, Leslie, as we go into next weekend.